a quick follow-up on that, and then I have a different subject I want to quickly ask you about, which is very relevant. Doctors Without Borders, internationally known and working with the U.S. for decades, is urgently calling for help beyond the foundation, because 1 in 4 young children and pregnant women, they say, are malnourished, and that it is a policy of starvation. Acknowledging 90 million meals and the progress, quote unquote, but there is a whole area of Gaza that is not being served by that. People can't get to it. It's only in one region in the south. And internationally, 28 countries, hundreds of aid organizations are calling for something more than that. There's been some acknowledgement from U.S. officials as well that there's real starvation. So is there any, now that the talks have collapsed and so that there's no immediate ceasefire that might relieve the pressure, is there any alternative that the State Department would begin looking at? And then I have just one other follow-up.
Well, a couple points. First, it is progress to see 90 million meals. That is, yes, and that is progress, and I think it is worth applauding, especially given the circumstances under which those meals were able to be delivered. I think another important context of this is that the first victims of Hamas are the people of Gaza. Of course, they're not the only victims.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, on October 7th. The atrocities that we saw there, many victims of Hamas. We remain dedicated to getting aid into Gaza to the people that actually need it, and we've called from this podium other entities to step up and working through this mechanism in order to deliver aid to the people of Gaza without it being subject to looting by Hamas.
Well, they're volunteering, but they can't get past the border. That's the problem.
We're calling for conversations with the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, with under entities, through this mechanism. We've seen the food being delivered.
It's also fuel for the hospitals, where the incubators are now taking multiple children.
We are incredibly aware of the humanitarian catastrophe that is happening there. That is the dedication you have seen from the President, the dedication you've seen from Secretary Rubio. Every single day, we have conversations here at the State Department. Every single briefing, we have conversations here about getting aid into Gaza. It is a dedication of this administration. That's why we've seen the 90 million meals, the support of that effort from this administration. So, of course, we want to see as much aid getting into Gaza as possible in a way that is not being looted by Hamas. And this mechanism, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, has been a way to do that. So we're calling for additional support of that foundation to deliver that aid.